Hi guys, glad to have you back with me on this video. In this video I want to try and explain the universal node and the ring of Orna to you. As Ashanti explained in the past, the universal node can be seen as a piece of graph paper, like here for instance. If you can imagine that all these downward running lines are all lifelines, and this is the lifeline that you are currently on, your awareness is like the little stick that I'm holding just above the lifeline. It is not stuck to the lifeline or the field, the universal field. It is slightly above. You are like an observer. Now, as Ashanti explained to me, this field or graph paper, the field of the universal node, is forever moving onwards. So your awareness stays just above it, but the field is moving you on. As you can see, you go through all the little node points all along your lifeline. From the time that you were born up here down to the bottom where you die, or the end of your life, of your current life. These little spots where the lines connect are all little node points. Now, on the paper, it might look as if the little points are very sort of a distance away from each other. But in reality, as Ashanti explained to me, these little node points are meta atoms. In other words, they are tiny, 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 and they're packed close together along your lifeline. Now, this little stick, your awareness, is just above the lifeline, as explained before. Now, once it reaches one of these little node points, it activates it. It releases the potential inside that little node. That little node is pre-programmed. All of them are pre-programmed. The whole field, every lifeline, it's pre-programmed. Lifelines are pre-programmed. So when your awareness reaches a certain node point, you do the actions and the tasks and your life situations. You do the things in your life which you think you are choosing, but they are actually pre-programmed inside that little node. And so, like I say, each and every lifeline has pre-programmed tasks and situations to get you to the end of this lifeline. But you have a choice in the sense that you can move sideways. You can move to the next lifeline, next lifeline. And this way, if you can picture it, is to a higher lifeline. It moves you to higher lifelines and higher levels of consciousness. If you move downwards this way, you go to lower levels of consciousness, lower lifelines. Now, as explained in my recent posts from Ashanti, this filled in dot here is a dark transition. So something happens in your life. You have a bad car accident and you're a quadriplegic after the accident. Now your life has totally changed. As you can see, it diverts you from your existing lifeline. But there's always a choice. As it was said by Ashanti, you either see the blessing and the lesson in this situation, or you find it depressing and it drags you down levels. These are all levels, all lifelines. Lower levels, lower consciousness. It can drag you this way, this dark transition, or it can lift you up to higher lifelines, to a higher lifeline. This is normally the when this dark transition happens, you reassess your life and you reassess your whole future and you reassess things. You are dragged into your very now of now to decide what you want to do. There is your choice, as explained by Ashanti. Now you can go to a higher level lifeline or you can go to a lower lifeline. That is your choice. If you stay on this life, you still carry on with your same little lifeline, but your life will never be the same after a traumatic dark transition. Now this point here, say for instance, remember this field is forever moving through, and this is your awareness point now, and the next moment it's over there, then it's over there, because the awareness point, the stick stays stationary and the field moves. Now, if you can stop the field like this, you see it as a stationary. That point is the now, where everything happens, where your life happens, is now, nowhere outside of now. If you just go to the next little node point in the past, this is moving towards your past, the next little node point is closed up again. It's not activated, it's deactivated. You move through, you are now here, but when you were there, that was activated, but now you're here, so it's deactivated. That is in the metaphysical realm. Everything in your past is in the metaphysical. Everything to the future or to higher consciousness, higher lifelines is in the metaphysical, outside of this now. Everything into the lower levels or lower lifelines is in the metaphysical. The same as your future. Going into your future is metaphysical. It's like the mirror principle. That spot, if we transfer it to here, your point of awareness, this way goes to the future. This way goes to the past. This way goes to a higher lifeline, to lower lifeline. I will explain further on this whole graph and explain further on the universal node in the next part. This is part number 1. Thank you for listening. I wish you love and light.